Hey gents, today I will show you my favorite setup to use for legendary stronghold runs, easy runs. I will show you how you can stack unstoppable force talent without using your weapon at all. On top of that, stop enemies in bunches. If somebody will try to be in your face or rush you, don't worry, your skills will stop every goddamn enemy, including chungus, hunters, rogue agents. All these bad boys will be wiped from the servers. And on top of that, you have really good weapon damage, and I mean it. Especially if you will work together with your skills, that's game over. Your skills will not only deal damage but also stop enemies. Your weapons will kick extremely hard, you have tons of survivability, and as usual, my beautiful bastard, welcome to the insanity. Uncle Butcher in the building with another one, and like I said, this one is really my favorite setup to use, especially before season 2 kicks in. I strongly recommend you to create this one. We have tons of protection from elite, and most importantly, our skills are kinda immortal as well. As you see, my artificial hive and assault turret is dealing shock effect non-stop, and that means I can stop multiple enemies at once. If you will use Scorpio shotgun, that's your third source of crowd control, nobody should touch you. If you will use this setup properly, nobody ever will touch you. But before we get to the synergies in this build, quick word from today's sponsor, Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your orders super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews, you can check everything by yourself. But now, with my promo code RBDIP, you will have 15% discount on absolutely all services. It's an amazing deal, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop your comment down below in the comment section or contact the operator, and the rest will be the history. But now, let's get back to this legendary setup. Like I have mentioned in my previous videos, I have saved my hybrid build for the last, before season 2 kicks in. In this one, I'm using Tamper proof talent. Why this talent is so delicious? Because by using remote pulls, hive or turret, you will apply shock effect as well in 3-meter radius, if I am not mistaken. On top of that, of course, you have disrupt grenades to stop healing stations, mini tanks, dogs, all the shenanigans. So in a sense, nothing and nobody should be able to get to you. You can stop everything and everybody in this game by using this build. For specialization, of course, we will use technician specialization. That's really important because technician specialization will give us artificial hive. Of course, in this setup you could replace artificial hive with stinger hive or healing hive. It depends on your preference. Stinger hive would deal some damage. Enemies are trying to avoid the stinger hive most of the time, so shock effect will not be that effective, but artificial hive is different story. Enemies most of the time will simply run over it, like not seeing shock effect at all. AI is coded in a way I think that they still can't see shock effect. Boom, like I showed you at this moment, my assault turret is nearby me, but enemies simply rushed through the artificial hive and he got shocked and eventually killed really fast. So yeah, enemies will run over your artificial hive, which will make your assault turret immortal. It will heal your second skill on the fly, and also if you will play in team, artificial hive will heal your teammates, and with 6 skill tiers you will have 32 charges. It's plenty for solo players. It's absolutely way too much. Like I said, it's really good. Your assault turret will be immortal, and like I said, I would use artificial hive over stinger hive for that simple reason, because stinger hive will use charges really quickly and enemies will try to avoid Stinger Hive radius, but Artificial Hive, from the other hand, will heal your assault turret non-stop. It will stick on the battlefield all the time, and enemies will be shocked, trust me. Disrupt Grenade, the same story. You will stop drones, healing stations, mini tanks, all the shenanigans with Disrupt Grenades. So you have basically everything on your hands to stop every type of weapon enemy in this game. Also, Scorpio Shotgun is third source of crowd control in this one. For the gear itself, I'm using Catharsis Mask. Catharsis Mask will provide us with some healing when you will receive tons of damage, and to mitigate all that incoming damage and stack Catharsis Mask quickly, I'm using protection from elite mods and one improvised piece to boost my protection from elites even further and be more efficient with my Catharsis Mask, because Catharsis Mask will provide us with 30% extra weapon damage. I'm using Fenrir's chest piece to gain assault rifle damage, but you could use maybe Vulcan and Harris to gain 5% damage to Scorpio Shotgun and Kingbreaker assault rifle. It's like 50-50 split, I guess. You are getting less assault rifle damage, but you are getting also shotgun damage. With Tamper Proof Talent. Tamper Proof Talent works with remote pulses, assault turret and hives. So that's the reason why this build works really well. For the holster, I'm using Picaro's named holster. Reason are quite obvious: 15% extra weapon damage, I can roll skill tier, and I'm using armor regen to be a little bit more tanky and stick for longer around. And second piece will be from Arquebus Gear Set, my gloves, and 2-piece brand set bonus will give us extra skill tier. I'm using improvised knee pads with skill damage, armor regen and skill tier, and in my slot, of course, protection from elites. I'm reaching almost 50% protection from elites in this setup that allows me to stack Catharsis Mask really easily. I can be over the corners, I can rush, I can run, I can switch my covers, I can be in somebody's face with Scorpio Shotgun, and I can stack Catharsis Mask really easily. And if shit will hit the fan, always you can put the medkit, but like I said, Scorpio Shotgun will stop enemies, and with all stacks applied from Scorpio Shotgun, you're gonna deal 20% more damage on those poor souls with your skills. I mean, this build just keeps up giving. For backpack though, I'm using Unstoppable Force. Unstoppable Force will give us with full stacks 25% weapon damage, and it will work with skill kills. Unstoppable Force also works really well with Pestilence and Plague Effect, because Plague Effect will stack it Unstoppable Force really quickly as well, for example by killing drones and shit like that. But yeah, Unstoppable Force is really nice talent if you don't want to use Vigilance, for example, for extra weapon damage, because you will receive damage and you're gonna lose that damage buff. You have Wicked, but Wicked will give you less damage. Unstoppable Force in my eyes works a little bit better because it will give you more damage, and combined with Golden Bullet Evan, it's a win-win situation. For the skills, Artificial Hive, Turret, Butcher, drop the mic, bye.